Chapter 2. Understanding the weather.
1. How can we measure and monitor the weather around us?
Answer. We can measure and keep track of the weather using special tools. A thermometer measures how hot or cold it is. A rain gauge measures how much rain has fallen. An anemometer measures how fast the wind is blowing. A barometer checks air pressure, which helps tell if the weather might change. A hygrometer measures how much moisture is in the air, humidity. Satellites in space and radar help watch big weather systems like storms and clouds from above.
2. How do weather predictions help us prepare for events like heavy rain, storms, drought and heat waves?
Answer. Weather forecasts help us get ready before bad weather happens. For example, if heavy rain or storms are coming, we can stay indoors, cancel trips, and protect our homes. In a drought, farmers can save water and change how they grow crops. If a heat wave is coming, people can drink more water, stay cool, and take care of the sick or elderly. Good weather predictions can help save lives and prevent damage.
Page number 28. Let's explore. What are some of the words in your local language that you use to describe the weather? Hot, cold, warm, chilly, crisp, pleasant, and so on are commonly used terms in English.
Answer. Garmi, hot. Thand, cold. Thandi hawa, chilly. Sukhad, pleasant. Garmiya, summer. Barish, rain. Umas, humid. Halka garm, warm.
You can also ask your family for more words in your regional language. Page number 29. Let's explore. What do you think could be some other reasons to measure the weather more precisely? Hint: think how knowing the weather a few hours or a few days in advance would help you plan some activities.
Answer. To plan trips or events like picnics, festivals, or weddings. To protect crops by warning farmers about storms or droughts. To stay safe during heavy rains, storms, or heat waves. To save water during dry weather or drought. To help fishermen, pilots, and sailors plan their work. To wear proper clothes, like sweaters on cold days or caps during hot weather.
Page number 30. Let's explore. Talk to elders in your neighborhood and ask them how they predict the weather. What signs do they observe? Document any sayings in your regional language that refer to weather prediction.
Answer. Elders in my neighborhood say, when ants come out in a line, it may rain soon. If birds fly low, a storm may be coming. If the sky turns red in the evening, it might rain the next day. Saying in Hindi, Lal Asma, Barish ki pehchan. A red sky means rain is coming.
Note, this is only sample answered. You can write what you actually hear from elders. You can ask your grandparents or neighbors for more such signs and sayings. Page number 32. Don't miss out. Can you think of a reason why rain arises from the sun?
Answer. Yes. The sun heats up water in rivers, lakes, and oceans. This water becomes water vapor and rises into the air. The vapor cools and forms clouds. When clouds get heavy, they release rain. So, the sun starts the water cycle, which leads to rain.
Page number 33. Let's explore. Remember the conversation between Krishnan and Amir. If Krishnan said it was 20 degrees Celsius in Chennai and he was feeling a little cold, he and Amir would have a measure they could understand. What do you think Amir's reaction to Krishnan's statement might be?
Answer. If Krishnan said it was 20 degrees Celsius in Chennai and he was feeling a little cold, Amir might be surprised or even amused, especially if he lives in a colder place like Delhi or Shimla, where 20 degrees Celsius might feel pleasant or even warm. Amir's possible reaction: 20 degrees Celsius and you are feeling cold. That's a nice day for us. In winter, it drops to 5 degrees Celsius here. This shows how people living in different climates get used to different temperatures. What feels cold to one person might feel comfortable to another because of where they live and what they're used to.
Page number 35. Think about it. Why do you think it would be important to measure atmospheric pressure? Who are the people most likely to use such measurements?
Answer: atmospheric pressure helps predict weather early, which keeps people safe and prepared. It helps us track storms, forecast rain, and warn people in advance. People who use atmospheric pressure measurements the most: meteorologists, pilots and air traffic controllers, sailors and fishermen, mountaineers, farmers.
Page number 36. Think about it. Have you seen seeds like these flying in the wind? What would happen to the seeds if there was no wind?
Answer: yes, I have seen seeds like these flying in the wind. If there was no wind, the seeds would fall close to the parent plant. This could cause overcrowding, and the seeds might not get enough sunlight, water, or space to grow properly. Wind helps seeds spread to new places where they can grow better.
Page number 37. Let's explore. Where do you think humidity is likely to be more, Kochi or Jaipur? You might guess that Kochi has higher humidity than Jaipur because it is located near the sea. But how will we know for sure? If we had to compare the humidity level between Kochi and Mangaluru, how would we do it? Discuss with your classmates.
Answer: Kochi is likely to have more humidity than Jaipur because Kochi is near the sea, and sea air contains more water vapor. We can check humidity levels using a weather app or a hygrometer. We can also look at weather reports from IMD, India Meteorological Department, for both cities and compare the humidity readings. We would check the daily humidity levels for both cities at the same time using a hygrometer or weather website and record the data over a few days. Then, we compare the numbers to see which city is more humid.
Page number 38. Think about it. If the humidity in Delhi is at 52% while in Kochi it is 84%, in which of the two places are wet clothes likely to dry faster? And where are you likely to sweat more, assuming the temperature is the same in both places?
Answer: wet clothes will dry faster in Delhi because the air is drier, lower humidity. You are likely to sweat more in Kochi because high humidity makes it harder for sweat to evaporate from your skin.
Page number 41. Let's explore. Discuss, in pairs, different situations in which weather predictions are helpful. Make a list, and after you have completed it, share it and discuss it with the pair sitting next to you. How many different categories of situations have you been able to identify?
Answer: planning a picnic or outdoor trip to avoid rain. Farmers deciding when to plant or harvest crops. Fishermen checking for storms before going to sea. People preparing for cyclones or floods. Planning school events like sports day. Wearing the right clothes, warm or light. Flight or train travel schedules. By this we can categorize these situations into personal plans, agriculture, disaster safety, transportation, health and comfort.
Page number 41. Let's explore. What do you observe happening on that day? What are the various weather conditions that the IMD is alerting people to?
Answer: different regions in India are experiencing different weather conditions like heat waves, rain, thunderstorms, and strong winds. The IMD alerts include heat wave, heavy rain, thunder and lightning, strong surface winds, hot and humid conditions.
Page number 41. Let's explore. Which states have warning signs?
Answer: states which had warning signs are like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Tripura and parts of the western coast.
Page number 41. Let's explore. Which parts of India are likely to be free from severe weather?
Answer. The parts of India are likely to be free from severe weather were parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and parts of central India which had no warning signs.
Page number 41. Let's explore. Which states are likely to face heat wave conditions?
Answer. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and parts of Maharashtra are likely to face heat wave conditions.
Page number 41. Let's explore. What are the causes for warning in Tripura and Lakshadweep?
Answer. Tripura likely due to thunderstorms and heavy rain. Lakshadweep possibly due to strong winds and heavy rainfall, often related to monsoon activity or nearby low pressure areas.
Page number 42. Questions and activities. Match the instrument with the weather element it measures.
Answer. 1. Hygrometer. Humidity. 2. Anemometer, wind direction and speed. 3. Barometer, atmospheric pressure. 4. Thermometer, temperature. 5. Rain gauge, precipitation.
Page number 42. Jyotsna is deciding what clothes to pack for her school trip to Mumbai in June. She looks at the weather forecast, which predicts 29 degrees Celsius and 84% humidity. What would be your advice to her?
Answer. Weather forecast 29 degrees Celsius and 84% humidity. Advice. Jyotsna should pack light cotton clothes that are loose and breathable to stay cool and comfortable. She should also carry a cap or umbrella because June is the beginning of the monsoon season in Mumbai and there might be rain. It's a good idea to pack comfortable sandals or waterproof shoes too.
Page number 42. Imagine that a small group of students is setting up a rain gauge. Here are some options for the site. The school vegetable garden. The terrace of the school building. Open ground with elevated platform. Compound wall of school. Veranda of the school laboratory. Discuss in your group and finalize the site. Write down the reasons for your decision.
Answer. Final choice. Open ground with elevated platform. Reasons. It is open to the sky so rain can fall directly into the gauge. An elevated platform prevents splashing from the ground and protects the gauge from getting knocked over. There are no walls or roofs to block or redirect rain, which gives the most accurate reading.
Page number 43. Below is a chart taken from IMD, Jammu and Kashmir. Looking at the data available, write a short script to report the weather conditions in different parts of Jammu and Kashmir on the date shown. Hint, cover the temperature range, maximum and minimum temperatures, humidity, precipitation, etc.
Answer. Good morning. Here is the weather update for Jammu and Kashmir for 1st February 2024. Srinagar had a maximum temperature of 6.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 0.2 degrees Celsius. The humidity was high at 89% and there was a trace of snowfall. Kazigund was colder, with temperatures ranging from 3.2 degrees Celsius to minus 0.4 degrees Celsius. It received 11.8 millimeters of rainfall and 10 centimeters of snow, with very high humidity 97% in the morning and 90% in the evening. Pahalgam saw temperatures between 1.1 degrees Celsius and minus 4.1 degrees Celsius, with 6 millimeters of rain and 8 centimeters of snow. Humidity was also high at 96% throughout the day. Kupwara recorded 5.1 degrees Celsius maximum and minus 0.7 degrees Celsius minimum temperatures. It had 0.5 millimeters of rain, no snow, and humidity was around 97% in the morning and 94% in the evening. Kukirnag experienced a high of 2.6 degrees Celsius and a low of minus 1.4 degrees Celsius. It got 12 millimeters of rain and 8 centimeters of snow, with very humid conditions, 96% to 97% humidity. Gulmarg was the coldest with minus 2.6 degrees Celsius as the highest and minus 7.6 degrees Celsius as the lowest temperature. It had 8.2 millimeters of rain and 6.35 centimeters of snow, and evening humidity reached 100%. In Muzaffarabad, the maximum temperature was 8.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum was 5.6 degrees Celsius, with 25.8 millimeters of rain and 93% humidity. That's all for today's weather update. Stay warm and stay safe.
Thank you. Subscribe for more. Your subscription is our motivation.